All right guys, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I am investing in today's stock market, regardless of how high the numbers are. All right, so first and foremost, most of you guys know me as a real estate investor, and that is primarily 95% of all of the investing I do. However, I do still diversify my money into different investment strategies. One of them is the stock market. Now, full disclaimer here, I am not a stock market specialist. I do not research a bunch of companies. I do not have a license to sell any stocks. There is no ulterior motive here except for to tell you exactly how I'm viewing it and what I'm actually doing. Again, full disclosure, I am not licensed. I am not selling you any stocks of any sort, just the strategy I am currently using. Now, for most of you, again, as I mentioned, you follow me because of real estate. However, I would encourage you to diversify what you do with your money, especially if you are actually active in real estate investing and making money. While I might not be the foremost expert in stock market investing, I do put a very small portion of my income into the stock market. And here's how I do it. Now, first, I'm one that likes to bet on the jockey. And what does that mean? I like to bet on the person that I believe to be driving the ship. Let's just use my number one example, which is going to be Tesla. I love Tesla for so many reasons, and I really encourage you to do your own research regarding these stocks and these companies. But there's a lot of reasons why I love Tesla, but foremost above all is my man Elon Musk. Now, as I mentioned, I'm not telling you to go invest into Tesla. However, the reason why I do invest into Tesla is because of the jockey. I believe Elon is going to be the guy that push Tesla into the stratosphere, quite literally. Everything that is going on there, I really believe is going to change this country. It's going to change the world. And I have a belief in what is going on with even having minimal knowledge. So for those of you out there that are trying to figure out what stock should I put my money into, how much should I put it into, I'm not going to go into the percentage of how much money you should be putting into stocks, but the first strategy I would really suggest doing is doing your research on who's behind the company. Again, Apple is a very good, significant company that I also get my money behind, as well as Amazon. And again, all three of those, now RIP Steve Jobs, but all three of those are led by individuals, I call them jockeys, that I really can get behind, that I really believe is gonna move not just that company, but the entire nature of its industry forward. I want to not be taking a risk per se, although anytime you invest in stocks, it is risk. But I'm not trying to take a risk on some level of projected value down the line. That is, projection investing. That's not how I invest. I invest on the person, how I believe that person is going to change the space, going to change the industry, and my belief is such that I'm willing to put my money behind it. Now, I will tell you, I'm not terribly diversified in the stock market. I'm also going to tell you, I don't put a ton of my money into the stock market. As I've mentioned, I'm heavily into real estate, and I do have other investments on top of which that I invest to continue to stay diversified. Now, the question becomes, well, the stock market is at all-time highs and has been for quite a while now. So, Justin, what do you suggest there? Well, here's my suggestion on investing regardless. I do a dollar cost average. So for those of you who have invested in cryptocurrency, which is another space that I invest into, I approach both of them the same. I do dollar cost averaging. I firmly believe if you do your research on dollar cost averaging, you are really gonna find that it is the best way to invest in things such as stocks and cryptocurrencies, as well as many others. In my mind, again, not being the foremost expert about stocks or cryptocurrencies for that matter, I really want to just make sure I'm betting on the right horse and jockey, specifically the jockey that I believe is going to be around for a very long time. I do not play the risky games and the new company that everyone's talking about. And again, I might be missing out on some money, and that's okay by me, because and my investment strategy really is the long-term play. I'm not gonna be a day trader on this stuff. I'm not even gonna be a week trader or a month trader. I'm a long-term play investor when it comes to stock markets. And so for me, dollar cost averaging is really the way that I can spread out those losses as well as the gains. And over time, I do believe that the gains are gonna way out surpass the losses. Because even if I invest in something today at $400 a share and it drops to 300, and then I invest it in 300, technically the first investment of 400 I lost, but then it went to 300 I gained when it goes back up to 400. Again, there's a lot of research on how to dollar cost average and the strategy behind it, but that is how I tend to do it. So every week I take a very small amount of my own money to invest in the stock market as well as cryptocurrencies, because they trade in a very similar fashion. Now, if you are liking this training and you're liking this video, smash that like button for me. I really appreciate that. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button. For those of you that are in real estate and really just want to talk to me a little further, go to thescienceofflipping.com. I'm happy to help you out any way I can. So to kind of sum this all up, while I am not the foremost expert on investing in the stocks, and I am not someone who watches it every day, I do realize and pay enough attention to say, yes, it is at an all-time high and has been for a while. So yes, is there a pending crash? Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but everything is pointing to the direction of it does seem like it should readjust, is a better word I would use for that. And I am gonna watch out for that. I will potentially invest heavier as I see that type of opportunity come, but I do have an allocated part of my income that I allocate every single week to put into stocks, again on the dollar cost averaging. And when the days come, and at some point I do believe it will, where the stock market does adjust, I do believe it will drop. Whether it crashes or not, that is up for speculation, but I will actually increase my percentage during that time, because I believe that is the time to gain further wealth. But again, I am not looking to day trade it. I'm not looking to weekly or even monthly. I will be buying them for the long term until a point where I believe that that stock may have capped out, and I can take out my money as well as my profits and potentially turn that into another investment, whether it be more real estate or other stocks, you name it. But my investing strategy is much more long term. I have only a handful of stocks that I invest into, and it is all based around the jockey that is running that company, right, and directing that company, and my belief in them, in him or her, that will change the space, change the industry. And again, I do it on a dollar cost average where I'm investing weekly into these companies, and I will tell you now, it has done very, very well for me. There are days I absolutely lose money based around my dollar cost averaging, but then there are days where I absolutely make money. Essentially, it all stays in the account because I'm not looking to take the money out right now. And when I do, I'm not necessarily looking to put it in my pocket. I'm looking to leverage the profits I make and leverage it into another investment, because in my mind, my wholesale and my flipping business creates the cash flow I need to live on, and my investments are gonna be for the long term. That's personally my investment strategy. Again, full disclosure, I am not licensed. I'm not telling you to buy any specific stocks. These are my investment strategies, and I hope that you can find a way to have diversified investments such as I. And again, if you like this, smash that like button, subscribe to this video or this channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.